Dawn in the summer. Beautiful. One of the things I really look forward to in my work. Summer months are when we really move. It's when I contract most of my work. Now I make it or break it for the whole year.
I feel pretty good about getting this summer job with Ted. I'll get a lot of practice using the skills I learned in class during the school year.
Mike and I start early to take advantage of the long day. It's hard work and it's long work, but we're outside. I guess what got me into the field was the satisfaction of building something from ground up. Being your own contractor, you're in business for yourself. You are responsible for everything that happens at each stage. You've got to hire the subcontractors, the other construction specialists you need for all the jobs you can't do yourself. And you've got to work with them to make sure they follow your specifications. When you're on your own, you've got to know what you're doing in most areas of carpentry. From putting up the structure to the finest finishing work. I get real satisfaction when a project gets close to finished. Where there was once nothing, just empty space, there's now a room. Every stage requires skill and knowledge. You have to know your materials and tools inside out.
Because if you don't, it's easy to make a mistake on your bidding. I've been really lucky to be Ted's assistant. He isn't just teaching me a lot about construction skills, he's showing me the importance of planning. Being able to draw a good-looking functional design is okay, but you've also got to know how to price right.
Numbers came in yesterday. Yeah, now I need the price on the outlets. I have to get solid estimates for materials I buy and tools I rent, and for any expert labor I'll have to contract. And 1785, George, what are you going to try to do, retire on me early? For instance, on this den I'm building, I've got to get an accurate fix on the electrical needs. And the electrician's got to tell me how much money and time he thinks it will take to do the job. 1785 is a 25% increase since last week. You gotta watch these guys. That's what I mean by pricing. Finally, I take my estimate and plans to the customer. By now, we've talked several times, and I think I know his needs. But a customer isn't always sure exactly what he really wants built. You've got to talk it out. Will it add value to the house? Will it give him the kind of extra space he feels his family wants? Will the look of the den go with the look of the house? I have to be satisfied that I can give him what he wants at the price he wants before I take the job.
You've got to build a reputation for quality. It's the most important thing Ted's taught me. I'm learning some of the basics of working with wood in vocational class at my high school. I guess I'm lucky. I'm getting a pretty thorough education in the fundamentals. I don't know if I want to be a carpenter or cabinet maker or middleman, I just like working with wood. I have to know my math and geometry pretty well to get through drafting, and I have to know how to read a blueprint. That's the trick of seeing how a room or building will look on paper. It's more than just learning a trade, mastering the tools, or really knowing the materials. It means being a pro. Is CD plywood the right grade you should use on subflooring, Mr. Wiedergat?
Right. Always use a rough grade on subfloor. There's no sense in wasting a smoother board where no one's going to see it. But there's something else that's more important than that, Mike. What else should you check out?
I guess you should check the building code. You have to find out what thickness the board has to be. A pro would do that.
Mike's right. Being a pro is the key phrase you hear around here. You see, in today's economy, you've just got to offer more. Building methods everywhere are getting more sophisticated, and people are demanding higher quality. But I think guys like Ernie Pound here are more than willing to meet the challenge. No. Not too steep of an angle, Ernie.
Man, doing a door jam isn't easy.
Yeah, you're getting the hang of it, Ernie. I just want you to be able to chisel letter perfect, so you can whiz through any requirements into a good job.
All this school training is starting to pay off. I really feel I'm getting better at this. Maybe one day I'll be working with a crew, like the one building this office tower. My chances look good about getting into the apprentice program at the local carpenters union. After 4 years as a union apprentice, I'll be a journeyman, maybe doing different jobs at sites all over the area. 1 month, I might be working on an office building in the city. And 2 months later, I could be doing a job in the suburb miles away. Starting as an apprentice, I'll be helping top carpenters in all kinds of jobs, learning the little skills of the trade that really make you good. Maybe I'll be a roofer on one job for a few months. And then the union, or the company I work for, will have me doing something else, like putting up subflooring on a new building, or drywalling a new office, or doing finished carpentry in the showroom of a new store. In the union program, I'll get a lot of different kinds of experience, and I'll get to work beside the pros in the other construction trades, like operating engineers, iron workers, welders, bricklayers and stonemasons. They work in the structural phase. And electricians. And pipe fitters. They work in the mechanical phase to make sure the building's going to function right. And lathers. And painters. They handle the finishing stage. They're the ones who make the buildings look good. These are just a few of the trades you see on a site. Of course, there are some real drawbacks. Sometimes that coffee break you see the guys taking can last for months if there's a building slump. And work on some construction sites can be a little unsteady when the weather's bad, especially in winter. Still, you don't go through the hassles of running your own business, like contract carpenters. You do a straight job, and you get a straight check. I like that. Another thing about being an apprentice is that the union will send me to vocational school, maybe 1 day a week or so. Sounds like a lot of time and work, doesn't it? But who knows? I might just end up as a foreman one of these days.
Hi, Ernie.
Miss Sims, these are beautiful plans you've drawn up, but I think we'll need to make more room for the stairwell at the end of the second floor.
You're right, Ernie. I'll have the adjustments ready by tomorrow.
Great. Just a dream, maybe. but it's sure worth a try.
Ernie can have that construction work. Not me, man. I don't like working outdoors. The pay may be good, but the chance of layoffs makes me nervous. Besides, what I want, well, it's the craft of it all. I like to see just how well I can handle a tool and shape that wood exactly. I'm happiest when I'm working on something that's gonna turn out beautiful. In a mill, you can do all kinds of specialty work. You got the big saws and joiners to smooth out rough board, tools you just can't take out to a site. I want to work in a mill because you do custom jobs. Finish carpentry, like this kitchen cabinet a builder ordered for a new house he's putting up. Or unusual orders, like these wooden columns for the front of a courthouse. Mill workers make a lot of windows and doors. Special items where the work's just gotta be exact. Of course, millwork's got its problems too. A slowdown in general construction usually means a cutback at the mills. And you're always working in the same place. But for me, that's okay. It's the kind of work I want.
That's good, Tony, but the runners aren't quite parallel. Better hand plane it some more. Get it perfect, start you on the belt sander. In any area of carpentry, you got to have the desire to master your tools and your craft. And you have to be exact. I strive for that exactness. And I make my students strive too, because once you've been through tough training, you can work on just about anything. If not as a carpenter, then as a millman or a cabinet maker. With the skills you're picking up, Mike, you'll be able to do just about any kind of job that uses wood.
Yeah, I like that idea. Sometimes I think about all the different places I might end up. From building highways to working on ships. Maybe I'll just want to do small jobs in the country. Or be part of a big crew putting up a shopping center. But for now, I'm just happy to be doing what I'm doing. Working with Ted and using all the things I learned this year in vocational class. It's gonna be a good summer.